What's up, everybody? It's Legal Tender. I'm back in the building. I'm back in the vault. I pulled out some notes to make a new video. As always, I want to start off by thanking everybody for supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are at over 700 subscribers. Thank you so much. I cannot say that enough. I really do appreciate the love and I appreciate the support. If you are a fan of numismatics, if you are a fan of paper currency, if you're just getting into the hobby of numismatics, stay rocking with me, stay rocking with the channel. Every Tuesday is Legal Tender Tuesday, and I will be making a new episode every week speaking about something new, different, or interesting. If you have any questions, comments, or input, put it down in the comments section. I will read it and I will respond immediately. Throughout this episode, if I say something that isn't 100% accurate or it's a little different from what you know, let me know via the comments. I will go back, hit the books, and make sure that I have the right information moving forward. So, again, over 700 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And with that being said, let's welcome the newest members to the Legal Tender family. All right, so I would like to welcome and acknowledge the following individuals: Dr. Silver, JL, and Leslie. I met Leslie. I went back home last week and I participated in a Marine mud run challenge with my brother and some other people. And throughout my time there, I was fortunate to meet this nice woman named Leslie. Good conversation, good banter, and just like a really nice person. So shout out Leslie. Thank you for subscribing to the channel and welcome to the family. All right, so with that being said, let's get into today's episode. All right, so today, the notes that I pulled out today are these notes right here. I got 5 notes, and these are notes of a foreign background. And the one theme that all these notes have in common, besides these being foreign notes, is that they all have images of a woman on each note. And like I said, I got 5 out. So I will be speaking about not only the note, but the individual on the note as well. Now, I'm pretty positive that the U.S. has some notes with women on it, but I don't have any of those in my collection. So when I do, I'll make an episode about that. But for now, let's continue with my world currency series. All right, so this first note that I got is from Venezuela. It is this note is called a bolivar. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, please excuse me. And it has a monetary value of 2. Now, like I said, this note comes from Venezuela, and this is the Venezuelan national flag. And via my visual aid, I'll zoom in a little bit, we'll show you the capital of Venezuela, and it is Caracas up here. Now, again, it's just me. Still don't got no media team, so bear with me. All right, so like I said, this note is a bolivar, and it comes from Venezuela. This is the official currency of Venezuela, and it is named after the hero of the South American independence. And that individual is Simon Bolivar. And he got to be pretty important because there is a huge region within this country that's named after him, Bolivar. So this note first came into monetary form in the year of 1879. And this particular bill right here is of series year 2018. As we see right there, 2018. On the obverse, you have an image of this woman right here. And again, if I butcher the name, I apologize. But as I read it, it is an image of Josepha Camingo, also known as La Camingo. She is recognized in the national pantheon of Venezuela as one of the heroines of the Venezuelan War of Independence, supporting the patriotic cause. Now, she was born on May 18th, 1791, and died on July 5th, 1862. And this statue can be found in the National Pantheon of Venezuela. I like this note. It's a very beautiful note in regards to the color, and it's different because the design will usually be in a horizontal manner, but to do the image on a note justice, it has a vertical design. So that's interesting. That is the first one. Now the next note we have, it comes from the Cayman Islands. Now this is the national flag of the Cayman Islands. Zoom in a bit. The capital of the Cayman Islands is Georgetown. I remember at one point, me and my wife, we took holiday in the Cayman Islands. Had a great time, had some rum cake, beautiful island, beautiful locale, and super happy that I was able to come back home with this note right here. Zoom out a bit. Now, these are some additional territories of the Cayman Islands as well. As you see a map of the Cayman Islands. This is the main body right here, the Grand Cayman. And here on this side, you got Little Cayman and Cayman Brac. But 1, 2, 3 make up the Cayman Islands, hence the name. Now, this note right here is the official island of the Cayman Islands. And it was first introduced in 1972, 10 years after the separation from the colony of Jamaica. These notes were printed in the following denominations: 1, 5, 10, 25, 50, and 100. The dimensions of this note is 156 by 66 millimeters. And as you see on the obverse, we got a couple different images. Right here, you have an angelfish. Right there, and also right here. You can see the coat of arms of the Cayman Islands right there. And some more island things: conch shell, buried booty. But this is the image that stands out right here. Queen Elizabeth II. She is just the overall definition of regal, class, elegance, and dignity. I've always respected her and just seen her in a certain manner because she just always held herself with such dignity. And for that, I appreciate her. Now, Queen Elizabeth was the queen of the United Kingdom and other Commonwealth realms from February 6, 1952 until her passing on September 8th, 2022. She was the queen regent of 32 sovereign states and a monarch of 15 realms. Pretty pumped that I got this note right here. Again, another note with beautiful color and the overall floral design. The island theme is seen throughout this note. So there we go. God save the queen. All right, the next note is from Scotland. This here is the flag of Scotland. And this note comes from Scotland, Edinburgh. Zoom in a bit. Never been to Scotland. The wife was there on a field study. The capital is Glasgow, and she was in Edinburgh. She really liked the not the medieval times, but the times with kings and queens and duchesses and stuff like that. So she was really happy to be there. So this note right here is a pound, also known as a sterling. Now, the issuing bank of this note is not the Bank of Scotland. It is the Royal Bank of Scotland. The Royal Bank of Scotland. And it is identified down at the bottom, as we see right there. Now, from the research that I did, the Royal Bank of Scotland and the Bank of Scotland is two whole separate things. And from what I could gather, I would say that the Royal Bank of Scotland, RBS, is kind of like the Fed because it is a private governing entity over the country's currency. And there's a PLC in place as well. So it's the Royal Bank of Scotland PLC. And the PLC stands for Public Limited Company. To me, that just kind of sounds like the Fed because I still think it's interesting that a private entity controls the government's currency. But that is just me. Now, from May 2020, the RBS, Royal Bank of Scotland, began to replace the ILA, the other currency type, with a new series. And that series was called Fabric of Nature. And this note is one of those notes from that series. And those notes are of a polymer making. So the composition of this note isn't how US currency is 75-25 cotton and linen. It's polymer. So it's pretty much like plastic. Now, the first polymer notes came into circulation on October 27th, 2016. And the individual on this note is Anna Nan Shepherd. Nan's a nickname. Now, Anna Shepherd was a Scottish modernist writer and poet, best known for her seminal mountain memoir, The Living Mountain. Let's zoom out a little bit. And I may have to zoom back in. Now, there is a scripture from that memoir right here. Now, I made an episode where I spoke about this note, the scripture, the dimensions, images on the obverse, reverse, the composition, all that right there. So if you want to know a little bit more about this note in detail, hit up that episode. But this is Anna Shepherd on the £5 note from the Royal Bank of Scotland. All right. The next note. Oh, there you go. The next note is from the Czech Republic. Now, these notes are known as coronas or crowns. It has been the official currency of the Czech Republic since 1993. The corona is one of the European Union's 8 currencies, and the Czech Republic is legally bound to adopt the euro in the future. Now, the research that I did, they didn't have an exact date when the Czech Republic will adopt the euro as the overall national currency, but I guess it's written into legislation that they will at some point. So that is that. Now, the corona was printed in the following denominations: the $100 note, $200, $500, $1,000, $2,000, and $5,000. This note is from series year 1993, and it was printed in 2009. Now, the capital of the Czech Republic is Prague, as we see right there. Got Prague. Made a little cameo there one time. Didn't stay long via the weather, but from what I recall, a beautiful country. It was a nice sunny day at first. Then it started to drizzle, so I ain't want to get wet. Now the dimensions of this note is 152 by 69 millimeters. The individual on this note, I'll probably tear her name up, and I know I will, and for that I apologize. Now the individual on this note is Bozina Navkova. She is a Czech writer of the final phase of the Czech National Revival movement. That's a beautiful portrait. Whoever painted this portrait did a magnificent job. That's beautiful. She was born on February 4th, 1820 in Vienna, Austria, and died on January 21st, 1862. And she is on the Crown $500 note. All right, the last note we got comes from Jamaica. The Jamaican flag. Capital of Jamaica is Kingston. Been to Jamaica. When I did come in, me and the wife took a cruise and we came in on Ocho Rios. Beautiful country. I did an episode about this note too, so check that one out. Now, this note right here is known as the Jamaican dollar. It has been the currency of Jamaica since 1969. These notes were printed in the following denominations: the 50, 100, 500, 1,000, 2,000, and $5,000 bills. And there is also a Jubilee series, and this note falls within that series, and it is celebrating the 50th Jubilee. I think every 50 years, not every 50 years, but the 50th anniversary of something is called the Jubilee. So they did something special and they made some commemorative Jubilee notes. And this is one of those notes. And I got another episode where I will be speaking about this right here in the future. Now on the obverse, you have an image of Nanny of the Maroons. Now, some other names that she went by is Queen Nanny or Granny Nanny. Zoom in a bit. Or Granny Nanny. Now, in the early 18th century, she was a freedom fighter and leader of the Jamaican Maroons. She led enslaved indigenous people to like the promised land. So pretty much like she was helping free slaves. The majority of the personnel that she was helping were from West African descent, from the tribe called the Windward Maroons. Now, most of the history known about Queen Nanny is all oral history. So it's a lot of folklore tied into her. So it's kind of hard to get like images and things like that. But this is a bust of Queen Nanny. It is believed that she was born in Jamaica in 1640 and is the daughter of Prince Naquan of the Ashanti from Ghana. And here she is on this note. All right, so that is my collection of women on foreign currency. This is the reverse of the krona. Let me get this together. Now, as seen, we got Josepha Camingo on a boulevard. Queen Elizabeth II on this Cayman Island note. Bozina Novakova on a krona. Anna Shepherd on a sterling. And we got Queen Nanny on the Jamaican dollar. All right. That's all we got for this one. If you have any foreign currency, put it down in the comments. What type do you have? And what images stand out to you on your foreign currency notes? I'm interested. Over 700, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, shouting out Dr. Silver, JL, and Leslie. All right, that's all we got for this one. Until next time, keep it legal, keep it tender. Talk to you soon.